Hey guys, welcome back to Holistic Homesteading with the Hurst. I'm Megan, and today I'm officially 36 weeks pregnant, which means the countdown is officially on for having this baby, and I still have lots of things that I want to get done. So this week, before I turn 37 weeks, I plan on trying to get a lot of it done, especially getting my house clean. We are still planning on having a home birth, and so a cluttered, messy house is not relaxing to give birth in. So I want to get that all cleaned up. That's better. Good job. I want to get that all cleaned up, and there's a few medicines that I want to make this week. And so this is going to be a video of a week in my life and getting it done with me before I am officially having this baby. Sometimes I feel like I could be a professional cleaning channel because that is what I feel like I do all of the time. And sometimes I keep up with it and it doesn't seem to be too bad and doesn't take me too long to clean. But there are other days that, I've just kind of been focused on something else for a couple of days, and my kids can really destroy a room very quickly, especially my 1-year-old. And thankfully we have systems that kind of keep it manageable. But I just wanted to make sure that we had everything picked up on this day and just kind of ran the vacuum cleaner around. So this fiddly fig was given to me, and it was about half its size. And thankfully it has done so well that I actually needed to move it out of the other window and put it in this window because it was getting too tall. So I'm not a plant expert, but I have really enjoyed having these extra plants in the house. I feel like they just make the house super cozy, and it's, a lot of fun to watch them grow and develop, kind of like your kids, I don't know. But another thing that a main focus in my house is our table. So we do have open living spaces, and so I want to make sure that this is cleaned off and wiped down. There's usually so much syrup on there that I have to make sure that it gets wiped down like after breakfast every time. Now, being 36 weeks, I still had not gotten any of my baby's clothes ready. I guess maybe it's the fourth child that you just don't do very well with. So I was going through the tote of clothes from my son, Micah, and just trying to pick out what I felt like our baby could wear and pick out right seasonal stuff and wash all that up. Alright, it's a new day, and I just kind of have to catch you guys up to speed on what happened. So last night we had somebody come pick up Daisy, our cow. It's the middle of September, almost the end of September, and she still has not had her calf. So we are putting her on a little vacation to another farm, and she will be hopefully breeding with a bull. This bull is polled, so it means that the calf should not have horns. He is also a registered A2 protein, which is the most easy to digest milk. So Daisy is A2 registered as well. So if they have a calf together, the calf should be A2. And if it's a girl, there's a possibility that I may raise her up to breed her and then sell her as a milk cow. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. But that's what happened last night. It was a little bit traumatic. You're so cute. The guy that came to pick up Daisy backed up to the little paddock that we had, and it was fine, except we left too big of a gap between the fence and the trailer and didn't think about it, I guess, and she ended up getting out. So we have this huge cow just kind of like frolicking around and bucking a little bit when you got kind of close to her. It was a little bit frightening, and the only way I could get her into the trailer was to get in myself. She wouldn't do it for Brian, my husband, or anybody else. So I had to get in the trailer that didn't have like an exit door or anything. And I had to stand at the end of it and shake the feed bucket and get her in there. So it was me and this like 800-pound cow with horns in the trailer, and I'm pregnant. So that was very scary. My nerves were shot by the end of the night, but we got her loaded up and sent to her vacation home for the next probably 3 months. We're going to try to get her in 2 heat cycles and give her some time to also be checked by a vet while she's there. On to other news. So last week, my dad came and he used his tractor to kind of level out the land next to our house. And so Brian is allowing me to do a butterfly and bee garden like makeover for this area as my Christmas present. So he's doing a lot of the work and I'm just kind of instructing him on what I want done. But next weekend we're supposed to have a couple of guys come out and grind all the stumps that were left. And so I'm just really excited about this because it's not only going to be a butterfly bee garden, it's going to be beautiful if it comes out in my head, comes out in reality as what's in my head. But it's also going to have, I'm going to try to plant a couple of more fruit trees and as well as some blueberry bushes. So this had a lot of pines in it, so I feel like blueberry bushes will do amazing with it because they have all of the acidic soil from the pine trees. And then we'll probably try to add in some other berries like strawberries, and I even thought about doing like a couple of grapevines. Now that we've got a lot of these trees cleared, we'll be able to have more sun access to that. So yeah, it's been slow going because like having trees cut is expensive, having stumps ground is expensive, keeping all of the weeds down and trying to decide what we were going to do with it. Originally I had thought we would do more of a silvopasture so the stumps didn't really bother me, but as I've like been around the animals and noticed how many flies there are around the animals, I don't want animals like right next to the house. Scratch the whole silvopasture idea for this area because I don't want animals this close to the house. And we will just manage it somewhere else and work on that somewhere else. So anyways, that's the future plans for that. I also wanted to do a little something different with the kids' room. So I did like a boho theme with them and had a basket wall, and honestly it just wasn't very kid friendly. It was more of something that I wanted. They kept tearing the baskets down from the wall, so I wanted to get them something that made their room kind of their own space, because all 3 of our kids share a room right now and it's about to be 4 until we can add on. So I wanted to get them some stuff to kind of brighten up their room but make it look aesthetically pleasing. So I got these cute little wall decals from Amazon. I'll link them in the description box below. But this tiger looks so real, you guys. So I ended up, it was so easy to put them on there. All I had to do was stick them on there, which Brian did the one under the bed because I couldn't crawl under there. And then we got my daughter a canopy. I plan on putting a curtain around the bottom bunk because my son loves a tent look too. And then I also got my daughter a new comforter. So this just kind of like made them their own space, and they were really excited about it. Next, I wanted to clean off our porch because we will be having guests and visitors soon that will be bringing meals for me and the baby and our family after I have him. And yeah, so they will be coming on and off of our porch, and my kids have destroyed it. They just take stuff out there, which I'm glad they have a space to go to that is covered and really close by so that I can, be there with them. But they don't pick up after themselves. Maybe your kids do, but mine don't. So I just wanted to get this all cleaned off, and yeah, it was pretty rough. Oh, these are the sweet potatoes that I was trying to grow sweet potato slips from, and it worked, but it was too late in the season and I was way too pregnant to plant them, so I just decided to throw them away, unfortunately. And this area is one of the areas I absolutely love. I love our wooden door, our front door. I think it's beautiful. But the mat was getting super dirty. So I decided to throw that in the washer, clean all of this off, sweep it up, and I ended up putting some pumpkins out there as well that I picked up from our farmer's market. They're just so pretty. I like the pastel colors, and this just turned out really pretty. It was very simple. I really want to change the wreath on my front door to a more fall looking wreath, so I do plan on making my own wreath. Hopefully, we'll just see how I feel. I put projects on myself, and then I feel like I have to get them done before this baby gets here, and yeah, it's just, it kind of, I think, delays the delivery, because then I'm like, well, I need to get this done now before he comes. But anyways, so this is the other side of our porch. It's almost a wraparound porch, not quite. One side of the house is not a porch, but I just wanted to get everything cleaned off because, yeah, like I said, we're going to be having visitors soon, and there's so many cobwebs and stuff. I really want to paint out here. I do not like this green color, and I want to do new railings and stuff like that, but I think I'll probably end up waiting until we have our addition, and we can make it be cohesive with our new addition. You guys let me know, do you like decor for the fall that's like bright orange and bright reds and stuff, or do you like more of the pastel colors? I have tended to lean more towards the pastel colors, and I just love how this turned out, and look how much cleaner that mat is. Okay, moving on to another day. I wanted to try and crack these walnuts that have been sitting on my bar for almost a year. So we have tried to use just like a handheld nutcracker, and it was not working. I even had my husband, who's very strong, try to do it, and it just was insane. So then we had my sister bring a cranking nutcracker over, and even that didn't work. So I decided to look up a video and see if I could do it myself, and someone suggested using a hammer on a rock, and it was awful, you guys. It took me 40 minutes to crack what little amount that I got. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to easily crack these black walnuts, I would love to know in the comment section below. So I quit that after 40 minutes of working on it and decided to go in and make a black walnut tincture. So this is really good for parasites. You can also make an infused oil, and it's really good for any kind of fungus or yeast infection on the skin that's topical. So basically you have to just cut the hulls off. They need to be green, have fallen off of the tree, but not black. So don't use the black parts, use the green parts, and you are going to cut those off. Make sure there's not any worms in them. Put them in a jar and top them off with either oil. I used avocado oil for my infused oil, or if you want to make a tincture, you're going to use vodka, and just top that off. You want to make sure that there's no holes sticking out at the top, that it's completely covered, and then put your lid on it. I used parchment paper so that it didn't rust out my lid, and make sure that you shake it every 3 or 4 days. Let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks, and you have a tincture that's great for getting rid of parasites, or an infused oil that is great for getting rid of yeast and fungal infections. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you will subscribe if you're new here, and let me know how your week has been in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!